Good evening, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Today we took important decisions to strengthen the Eurozone. We have endorsed the final report of the task force. We have also found an agreement about the procedure to decide upon a crisis mechanism for the Eurozone. This spring, we overcame a deep crisis of the economic and monetary union. Our next political duty was to draw the lessons for the future to make the European economies more crisis-proof. That's exactly what the recommendations of the task force will do. That's why all heads of state and government agreed with the proposals today as a huge improvement compared to the current situation. Let me highlight the three main elements before coming to the follow-up. Firstly, the creation of a new macroeconomic surveillance framework. This is the biggest innovation. It will detect imbalances and risks like housing bubbles. It will observe the competitiveness of member states, and if a country loses too much competitiveness, action will have to be undertaken, in particular within the Eurozone. I have said before that the euro has acted as a sleeping pill, especially in good times. We now propose a system of timely awakening. This will enhance confidence. Second main element, a stronger stability and growth pact, improving fiscal responsibility. Compared to the current situation, sanctions will kick in earlier and progressively. Public debt will be taken more into account alongside the deficit criteria. Sanctions will be possible before the 3% annual deficit is reached if not enough preventive action is taken, and that's also totally new. Moreover, sanctions can be decided more easily. All this will deter bad budgetary behavior. These recommendations, as the others of the task force, are also extremely close to the Commission proposals. One clarification. Some people claim to be disappointed there is not more automaticity in the decision-making. Well, more automaticity is exactly what we propose. Ministers of Finance will decide on sanctions on the basis of the so-called reverse majority rule. This means a Commission proposal for sanctions stands unless a qualified majority votes against, whereas until now a majority had to approve the sanction. The judgment of finance ministers is foreseen in the treaty and therefore cannot be eliminated. Only a few weeks ago, some member states were very reluctant about the reverse majority. It's really a breakthrough. Furthermore, the task force proposes a whole series of other measures aimed at strengthening the Stability Pact, such as more policy coordination, the European semester, sound statistics and independent fiscal councils. Member states should feel that their policy decisions affect all their partners and the Union as a whole. It is a big lesson of the crisis. A general remark. The task force was a political framework aimed at generating rapidly consensus. All the breakthroughs we achieved now need to be translated into legislative work. The work needs to be done by the Council, the Commission and the Parliament. I trust all the institutions will keep up the momentum. It is our duty and they will assume that duty. Now the third and final main element of the task force, which also brings me to the follow-up of the task force. We recommend a robust and credible permanent crisis mechanism to safeguard the financial stability of the Eurozone as a whole. Today, all heads of state and government agreed on that need. Why? Because even if all the right budgetary and economic measures are taken by everybody, one may never exclude surprises. Politics is not a zero-risk business. This spring, the absence of a crisis mechanism almost brought down the Eurozone as a whole. It made people think. Under pressure, a temporary crisis mechanism was improvised. It will last for 3 years, until 2013. So we need to think beyond that date, starting now. The guiding principles are clear. A permanent crisis mechanism should be able to address financial distress and avoid contagion from one country to another. It should also avoid moral hazard. Now the question is whether such a robust